Grand Rising. I'm sure many of you guys have already seen this interview that went on yesterday with Kamala. And it's funny because when you have your eyes open, you can see how this is working. They knew this woman was totally inept. They knew that she was totally unqualified for this position. That's why they picked her, so that this vassal will look crazy and look worse than the vassal they wanted in the first place, which is going to be Trump to get in office. And see, it doesn't really matter because either way, you guys are all going to lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play a little clip here of someone's response. Well, the best part was when they talk about, well, you've been in office for the last 10 years, what do you want to talk about? The country's been on the wrong track for the last, 10 years. And she's like, well, what is your administration, going to do any better? What are you going to do any better? And she's like, well, but Donald Trump's been running. What does that have to do with anything? Well, you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Yeah, it's because he's running for office. You've been in office, and what exactly have you done? And you've done absolutely nothing. So, everything is staged. Even if you guys understand this, I said it starts to make things much more understandable. It's, hey, I want you guys to pick this vassal, not that vassal. No one, either group is not going to do anything to fix anything. But check this out.
Bear interview. Kamala Harris. Oh my word. Did anybody else watch the Bret Baier interview with Kamala Harris? That was the purest form of journalism I may have witnessed, quite possibly, in my entire life. That was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. He held her feet to the fire on a lot of the big issues. He didn't let her get away with her canned responses or not answering the question at all. He reminded her of what she had said in the past, what her positions were in the past. I hate to use the word bamboozled, but fuck. There's no way that anyone...
So another response was this one right here.
Harris finally decided to sit down for an adversarial interview where she's actually asked some questions, unscripted. And this is how it went.
70% of people.
That is about turning the page on rhetoric that people are frankly exhausted of, Brett.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade, people
you're the
have
lever of
become...
power.
But listen...
You see, this is the perfect example of TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, and it apparently runs all the way to the top. Because when...
Now, what you have to understand is that this is the playbook everywhere. They make it sound like this is just something with politics and whatever else. They picked her to run against Trump, knowing that she was totally inept and whatever else. And don't you remember that when Trump was leaving office, Biden, it was so bad, Biden didn't have to campaign. He did not really even have to campaign. All it was is he wasn't Trump. People hated him so much that they were, going to vote for anybody other than him. And the same thing is going on now. They're going to vote for anybody other than Kamala here because she is so inept at her job. But again, these are the two candidates that you guys have for your country here. These are the only two candidates that are qualified, apparently, to run this country. There's no one better. Okay? But again, now this goes also to religion. Okay, how quickly people forget certain things. I want to show you this post. It's just pretty hilarious. This guy puts this up. Did you know that there was a time when reading the Bible was forbidden by the Catholic Church? People were persecuted, imprisoned, and even killed for simply owning a Bible or reading it in their own language. Brave men and women sacrificed their lives so that we could have access to God's word today. And then he has this picture. Anyone with a copy of the Bible was once forbidden by the Catholic Church. Anyone with a copy of the Bible was obliged to hand it over to the church to be burned. Now, That's funny because that's things we've been talking about over here on this channel for a very long time, about how the church doesn't allow you guys to read, and would pretty much kill anyone that didn't follow their rules, things like that. But I don't know, you Christians do exactly the same thing. So it's kind of funny. Do you guys encourage your people to read the Bible, or do you only encourage them to read Paul's epistles? Do you guys really even know? Do they tell you who the Israelites are? Do they tell you how prophecy revolves around this particular group of people? No, you do exactly the same thing that the Catholic Church does. You might do it a little bit different, but all roads lead to your same God, Satan. They still lead to the fact that you're lying about who the people are. You're lying about how prophecy is being fulfilled. You lie about who you should be blessing these end days. So just because you want to say something about the Catholic Church doesn't make you any better or any different. You continue the whole, we're 3/5 of a man. We're chattel slavery, just like the Catholic Church did. You did absolutely nothing about that. You have your vassals. Now see, all this is you pick one vassal or the other. Okay, so you don't want to be Catholic because they've done these horrible things. But look, we're different. Well, that's just one group of a Satan church or a harlot of the Satanic Church, whichever one. Same thing with what you're seeing with presidential race. Either you're going to pick Kamala as being the president, or and she's going to look so bad that she's going to make all these people try to vote for Trump because they think they can make America great again. 99% of you don't even matter, because it doesn't matter which way you vote. It's the small percentage that actually has the power of the Most High, that if we give our power to you, you get to continue in this charade. But as you can see now, we see through all of your mess, and you're not going to get any of our power or any of our energy. Much love, family. Shalom.